Hi friends, I'm Sharon from Sharon Shed Signs and Designs. Happy Tuesday. I am going to be creating a 12 by 16 inch sign using Decoupage Central rice paper. Holly Jolly Santa, I think he's beautiful. I love the old time Santas. I don't know that you can see it on camera at all, but it has some French writing in the background, just really faint. And so I'm going to be using a stamp that I got from Hobby Lobby to kind of duplicate that. And I'm also going to be using an Essential Stencil of the Month Club stencil. So come on in, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from, if you're on replay. If you'd let me know that, and also if you're new, I would appreciate knowing that. Let me get this brought up so that I can see comments when there's anybody on here with me, which there's not, but we're going to go ahead and get going anyway. I am going to decoupage this using Fusion Mineral Tough Coat in Matte. You can use Mod Podge, of course, and you can use any top coat to Mod Podge with, and so I'm going to be using this morning. So I will get that on there real quick like. I guess it doesn't have to be real quick like, but I'll get it on there. I think I'll put it in my plate so I don't get too much. It does come out pretty quick. That's probably plenty. I can paint the whole board with this. It's not a problem. It's just matte top coat. I have painted this board with folk art and linen. I was trying to match the background color on the rice paper as closely as I could. Okay, I've got Mod Podge, I think, everywhere. Or not Mod Podge. Tough Coat. Fusion Mineral Tough Coat. I'm going to put this towards the bottom. Try to equally have the same amount of space on each side and at the bottom. Just eyeballing it. I'm not that particular about it. Smooth it down into the tough coat. I'm going to put tough coat all over the top of it. It's a pretty sunshiny day here today. It is going to be a lot cooler tomorrow, they say. But today's a beautiful day. We've had rain the last couple of days. Just making sure all my edges are sealed down. And then I will dry this. I still don't see any comments, but that's okay. I can see there are some on my phone, but I'm not seeing them on my iPad where I can answer them. I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Okay, I think that's sealed on there good, so I'm going to dry that. I do wish I could see comments. Hey Donna, I can see you're here. How are you? I don't see anything on my phone though, or on my iPad, doggone it, anyway. And I can't really read it off on my phone, so shoot. I love this Holly Jolly Santa. He's so pretty. I love the old time Santas. The link to this, as always, is in the description of my live. I don't know how this is going to turn out. If I don't like the stamp, then I can use the new Stencil of the Month Club to get the French lettering, but it's bigger lettering than what's on the rice paper, so I'm trying, and it's really faint, this is, so I was trying to just put it on there with the stamp pad. We'll see how that works out. Hey Nancy, hey Rita, hey Kathy. All I can see is on, hey, I finally see a comment. Hey Becky, how are you? I can't see them on my iPad. That was the only one I've seen, so. And the phone is kind of far away. My eyes are good, but not that good. I think this is going to be quick. I think it's going to be really cute. Like I said, love old time Santa, so I really like this rice paper. What I don't know is how my stamp is going to work, but we'll see. Still not quite dry. I don't think. Partially because I didn't dry it after I got it sealed on there. I didn't dry it till after I got the top coat on, so it's taking a little longer to dry. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Now, I got this stamp, like I said, at Hobby Lobby. I don't want this to be real dark. And there, it's showing up. I don't know that you can see it. It's pretty faint, but it's also pretty faint on the paper, so that's what I wanted. Okay, I'm liking that all right. Okay. Do the bottom. Hopefully when I take a picture, you'll be able to see this better. almost done with this part. Use that as the background. Okay, good enough. Try this a wee bit. I'm going to use some Fusion Mineral Paint in Ash. A really dark gray, but it looks black to me. Get me a shop towel. I hope you guys are having a pretty day there too. The sun here is just beautiful this morning, and it's 63 already, so it's going to be a nice day, and tomorrow we're going to freeze to death. The rest of the week, I think the high is going to be in the 40s, so that's South Central Illinois for you. Okay, the stencil that I'm going to use is from the Stencil of the Month Club, the October 2024. And I'm going to use the words Merry and Christmas, I hope. I hope I can get them on there. I'm using them because they're small enough to get the whole thing on here, but big enough to be legible. There's Mary. I think I put it over too far. That's not going to be centered at all. Not a bit. So I better take that off of there. Let's see. It wipes what I want. I'll have it done in a minute. It's all right because my stamp I'm using in the background is black anyway, so some more of that on there. Okay, we'll try this again because I know it needs to be in further than that. And I'm sure it won't be centered. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, I want to go in anyway because I'm going to add a bow, so I'm not going to care if it's centered. I'm just going to go in. good. And then Christmas. I need to clean the stencil, obviously. Okay, Merry Christmas. So far, so good. I'm gonna dry that. I'm gonna take a stencil brush and a little dark wax. This is Kills Dark Wax. I think if you use burn umber paint, it would work probably just as well. I'm just kind of putting it on there like I was stenciling, only maybe wider strokes. Kind of matches with the edging on the rice paper, which I cut some of that off. I'll go ahead and do the top of it too. Trying to do is make the rice paper kind of blend in with the board. All right, that's that. And now then, my Bodabra. I'm remembering to put some jute on. And I've got pieces of homespun. There were 4x4 squares that I got from Jubilee Fabrics, and I tore them into strips. I like the ravelins, but if you don't, you could cut the strips. Let's see. And I'm using all red and green fabric strips to go with the paper. You guys, since I'm not seeing any comments. Well, I do anyway. I read all the comments after the live, and I'll answer any questions you might have. There's no certain number of strips that I use to make my bow. Just, I don't know, when I think it's enough to look good and full. I think I'll do one more. Bunch of different colored strips and call it good. All right, then I'm just gonna pull it up out of there, tie it tight. Shake it out, which usually makes ravelings go everywhere, all over me and all over everything. Trim this, because I knew these were too long, these red checked ones. I didn't make that a knot, so I'll do that. Cut off my excess. Glue it right up here so it doesn't cover all my words, at least not too bad. And then I have a piece of holly that I got, a little bag like that from Hobby Lobby. And I'm gonna glue that down for my center. Okay, get a few strings. I've got strings everywhere, you guys. Everywhere. Okay, anyway, I will take a picture. Fluff my bow out a little more. Arrange it better. But here's what we've got. I think it's cute. I hope you like it. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I will be doing a live on Thursday at 11, and I'll use Essential Stencil for that one instead of Decoupage Central. But I love this rice paper, and I thought, I want to use that. So that's what we did this morning. Again, this board is 12 by 16. The link for the rice paper, if you're interested in it, is in the description of the live. The stamp I used for the French was from Hobby Lobby, and I could have used this from the new stencil of the month that Renee designed, but it would have been a lot bigger words than what's on the background, so I went with this. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I got a busy one. I got to take Jim for therapy and the cat for shots, but anyway, it'll be fun. I will talk to y'all later. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll share this out there. And if you're not following me on Sharon Shedd Signs and Designs, I'd really appreciate it if you do that. Thanks a lot, everybody. Love you guys. Bye-bye.